Welcome to the funding tool, module number 9 inside of the Fire Alarm Business Blueprint. Inside of this module, we're going to teach you how to get money into your business, how to use that money so you don't default on any type of loan payment. Also, the differences between personal and business credit. All right, so let's get straight into it. So as we zoom out and see that this is step number 9 inside of the Fire Alarm Business Blueprint. Now, in order for you to fully understand how to operate a fire alarm company, you will need to go through all 9 steps. This will give you the tools necessary for you to get your first government project or even a private contract, but you'll be able to install a system confidently. There's several different ways you can fund your business, rather if you're starting off or if you're an existing business. But the first way, which is the most easiest way, especially if your credit is good, you can do credit card stacking. You can bank with 3 different banks that look at 3 different credit consumer reporting agencies. You can apply for 3 different credit cards at high limits. The best way to get high limits, go to the branch. The second way is merchant cash advances. If you're having monthly transactions between $25,000 and $50,000 a month, you get merchant cash advances against your bank statements. And the third one is no doc business loans. You have to kind of build some type of relationship with the business, and they have to see how much money is going in and out of that business account for you to get a no doc loan. A no doc loan just means you don't have to provide any tax returns. So be sure to download your funding tool cheat sheet. This is not like no other program where you're going to watch a bunch of videos and be more confused than when you first started. No, the goal of this is to do this together, one step at a time, so that way we can get money into your business, you know what to do with it, and you know exactly how to grow your business. Here's an example: merchant cash advance, and at the time my credit score was at 640. However, the business was generating some monthly revenue, and we was able to get a $20,000 credit line to use either for payroll, to buy material, whatever we needed to use it for. But at the time I was just letting it sit there so that way I can get money from somewhere else. Why do you think so many entrepreneurs face so many challenges within their business? When I first started my business, I didn't understand anything about credit. I didn't know how to use my credit. I didn't know what a credit card was. I was just spending money left and right. I didn't have any budget or any management type skills. I was still living the scarcity life of check to check, still trying to run my business. So the first thing is, definitely if you have a low credit score, you're not going to be able to get the type of funding you think you need, but there are avenues and places that you can go to get some type of micro funding. You may have to go through the credit repair route just to boost up your credit or add some more good positive accounts on your credit report, but there's some things that you can do to actually get some money. So you shouldn't be discouraged. There's just steps you need to take in order to get what you want to get. For most lending institutions, you have to fill out a lot of paperwork. You have to give them a lot of detailed information, bank statements, tax returns, and a lot of other business paperwork in order for them to make a decision if they're going to give you money or not. But there's other ways where you can either fill out a one-page application, or you could just talk directly to a lender, or you could talk directly to an individual investor and get money straight into your business a whole lot faster. So I'm going to take away all the frustration so that way you could unlock the funding you need so you can build the business of your dreams. You don't want to just take $100,000 and spend $100,000. The goal is to get $100,000 and then get $200,000. So let me give you 3 action steps of how you can do this. Let's say you bank with Chase, Navy Federal, and Key Bank. Each one of these banks check a different consumer reporting agency. What you do as the business owner, you walk into this branch and you sit down with a banker and you open up a business checking account. Once you open up a business checking account, you then tell them you want to apply for a business credit card. It's ideal if you have a very good credit score. You should know what your credit score is, if it's good, excellent, or poor, in whichever category it is. If your credit score is excellent, then you should be able to go there and get at least $25,000 from each different bank. Once you get that money, you could then transfer that into your checking account. Now you potentially have $75,000 to start your business. And the second one is, after you've been in business for some time, you've been doing some transactions, some credit card processing and things like that, especially with PayPal and Square. If you spend minimum $25,000 in credit card processing, they're going to start sending you offers for working capital. And lastly, and to get a no doc loan, this is how we do it. In order for Chase to finance us through a no doc loan, we have an operating account. This operating account gets all the payments, checks, everything goes into this account, then it gets divvied out. We keep a balance of no less than $10,000 so that way we have an A bank rating. There are different type of bank ratings. I'm not going to get into it with this video, but if you have a good bank rating, credit doesn't matter. So with that bank rating, they look at us and be like, okay, he keeps a good high monthly balance. That means he could afford $150,000 or $250,000 based on what he saves per month. And that's how they can get you a no doc loan. You have to have a good bank rating. It doesn't have to be $10,000. The minimum I would say is $1,500 so that way you keep at least a positive bank balance each and every month. Now let me give you the secret to credit card stacking. Let me tell you why this is gem. You have 0% APR, so when you transfer that money into your checking account, it now turns into a loan, something that you would have to pay back within 18 months instead of the next 30 days. So you don't deal with the utilization rate because it turns into a loan. It's not a credit card at the moment, so you won't get hit with high utilization. And the next one is you can repeat this process with 3 different banks, so you won't get hit 3 different times with high utilization rates that will destroy your credit. It will look like a loan, and all you have to do is pay it over time. And lastly, once you put the money into your bank account, you can then figure out or hire someone to spend $1,000 a month to run your marketing campaign. Now, once you combine all these limits across all 3 of these credit cards, because if you apply online, you might only get about $5,000 or $3,000, but you have to go and sit down with the bank and tell them exactly how much you want so you can apply for the high limit credit cards, not just the regular credit cards. You want the high limit credit cards. So another way to fund your business is through American Express credit cards. American Express credit cards are more like charge cards. Charge cards are different than credit cards. Credit cards, you have to pay your balance down each and every month. A charge card, you got to pay that whole thing back at the end of each and every month. So I want to congratulate you for completing the course. Now that you've gained the tools and knowledge to understand how to get money into your business, I want you to download this one-page cheat sheet so you can keep it by your side and apply everything you've learned in this course today. I want you to stay focused, organized, because I want you guys to succeed. All right? I'm going to catch you in the next one. Peace.